Hello YouTube, Damo underscore 23 here, and welcome back to another video on the YouTube channel. In today's video, we have another episode of Wrexham, and it is of course a live comment because it's our first ever game in the Championship. If you're excited to see how we'll go and if we'll stay up and the signings that we have made, give this episode a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and last video was a quick short about a few of the transfers that we made because, oh boy, have we done really well in the window. I will say there is one glaring area which we have not improved in, which I wish we did, but we'll touch on that when we go through the squad as well. Without further ado, we're going to get straight into it. We, of course, are live on stream, and our links to our Twitch are below. We are predicted to finish 18th this year with a team that looks like that, and if you have not seen who we've signed previous video, there's a couple names in the first team prediction, at least, that you're like, who and how have you done that? Yes, that is Lo Celso's name in the key player area. I will explain the situation to you like I did on the short previously. Outside of that as well, we've obviously still going to play the diamond. It looked fantastic last season, second half of the year. I think we're just going to play our football, trust what we can do, and off we go. Financially, the club's in a really good spot with 20 mil. I'm not going to make a request this month or this year, I don't think, to improve the facilities. I want to see if we can turn over a profit with the current squad in the Championship, and if we can't, I'm going to try and hold the balance so we can still get a good amount of budget for next year to improve, because we haven't found the right player as of yet to fill up a couple of the holes. Now, in terms of what the board want, they just want me to avoid relegation from the Championship. I think if we went down, but as long as we didn't go down as bottom, that would probably keep me in the job anyway because of what we have been doing outside. But I really think with the team that we've got and the way that we played and what we really do in big games, like proven with Spurs and Bournemouth last season, which if you haven't checked those videos out, you have to check out that FA Cup run. I really think that we'll go on a bit of a run in the Cabaret Cup and the FA Cup, and that will help me keep my job if we did have a poor year. But from what I've seen with this squad and this team, I really think we're going to be okay. Obviously, everybody's very happy with what we're doing. Supporters here as well. There you go. If you want to give that a pause, and off we go. There's not much else really to say, but let's get into the transfers and see how we sit. It's been a good old time here in the transfers, though, that is for sure. We have signed, obviously, some new staff, etc. We actually have some very good staff now at the football club, which is great. I'm actually trying to sign a goalkeeper coach right now to get this all up. We have now got a new general manager after losing, obviously, Les, who is on the Wrexham documentary. He went to Wolves. But yeah, obviously we've got some new staff in. Now, there is names on this list that you will know, but we are going to go in chronological order, boys, because we did some of this on stream, some of this we did not do on stream. Ashby, everybody knows that we loaned. We talked about it last stream. We've talked about it on previous episodes. We talked about it on the short last episode that we re-signed him, but I'll touch on that in due course. Outzay, was a stream signing. He was on a free. He got released, obviously, from Brighton. I put him on trial and it was okay. He wanted nothing but an important player, so our plan with Outzay is to bring him in. We're not going to start him because we did sign another player called Lo Celso afterwards. So he's going to be that impact player off the bench. Important to note, Kozia Dewberry gets injured often. He's got injury proneness. So whenever he's injured, Stephen Outzay will probably be the first choice alongside Elliot Lee to come into the first team and play a lot of minutes. I don't see where he's going to get too upset, and if he does, we'll just play him. He's got a few 14s that if we got them to 15... we could maybe have a guy that is very, very, very good on our hands. I think he's more of a 10, but can play in the middle of the park. Now, Lo Celso, as I mentioned in the short, it's hard to mention it in a 1 minute short how this comes about. But Spurs, if you guys don't know, have got a monstrous squad in real life. I did the beta save with them, and I was like fire selling players just to free up enough spots to bring people in the Premier League. And what does look like happened in the second season after Ange got sacked is they still had a very big squad. And they wanted to make some signings. So if you look at the milestones here, he was sacked, or released, I should say, not sacked, on the 31st of the 1st, which is deadline day, which means I think Spurs needed to sign someone on deadline day and released Lo Celso in order to fund it, which... interesting, or to find a spot. Now, if we played with a wide playmaker in a 4-1 in a 4-4-2 or something like that, outrageous. If we played him in the centre midfielder role or one of these roles, outrageous. And if we played him in the hole as an advanced playmaker on support or attack, outrageous. For me, he can play here, but with the form of Kozia Dewberry towards the end of last season and the fact that Outzay is not the world-class talent that he is, that I thought he was getting, I'm not going to play Lo Celso in the 10. I'm going to play Dewberry in the 10. So Lo Celso is your new Mazzala on attack because Andre Gomez is gone, and I'll show you the outs, of course. But yeah, look at him. Dribbling ability, first touch, passing, technique, great mentals to play the role, isn't the slowest, got good balance, likes to switch balls to wide areas. So being in that deeper role, he'll be the guy looking for the fullback on the right-hand side. I just think that he's going to be fantastic. And at 29 years of age, I think we've signed a player that's not just good for now, but for the next 3 years on his 3-year deal, and probably for another year or two after that, is going to be someone that is usable. I will say he's got very low natural fitness, so my idea in my mind is definitely the next two maybe look to sell him for good amounts of money. Or if we're very close to getting up and he's performing, keep him for another year or two, look to get up to the Prem and then sell him. But Lo Celso, what a pickup. I cannot believe that he's here. Now, in terms of the outs, in order, we sold Andre Gomez for 3.6 mil to a Saudi Arabian club. Yeah, obviously 17k a week. If I wanted to time down to a new deal, we would have wanted about 40. So to ship him out for 3.6 mil, got him on a free, good profit. And Jean-Philippe just got to his level, right? He wasn't going to get any better. The centre defensive midfielder I've signed is slightly better in areas, even though they're very similar in age. And look, Jean-Philippe was always the plan was to sign him and then sell him. So to get another 3 mil here as well is pretty good. So, that's 6.5 mil picked up from free transfers. That's massive. And then in order here, we signed Harrison for our biggest fee that we've spent in the game. Looks fantastic. Obviously, last year got amazing amount of assists for us. 7 in 10 when he was fit. I just think there's a world where if he plays every minute in the Championship, he develops into a very good Premier League right back. And I'm happy to take that punt as well. They also want me to start knocking the ball past opponents with him. I'll do that. Josh is that backup defensive midfield. If you compare him to Jean-Philippe, Gubberman, you can see that Gubberman is not the worst player, very decent defensively, where Josh is very well rounded. Now, Josh is a 3.5 star. I'm a good Championship player, comes with Championship experience at 30 years of age. Was at Stoke the last 3 years. Stoke is still in the division. He played 33 games, 8 off the bench at a 6.91 from defensive midfield. That's the sort of guy you're looking to sign for me. To hold everything down. Now, he would be very good in a ball-winning midfielder role on support up one line and maybe move Connor Coventry back one line, but I really think he's very good in the halfback role, even though the game doesn't rate it. It's very hard to find halfbacks that are like that's their preferred role, but in the system, it works really, really well. Decent passing of the football. It doesn't have to be expansive with it. Likes to drop deep and dictate tempo, which is great in the halfback. Get between those two centre-backs and off you play. And obviously mentally very switched on, good determination, very good physicals. If you compare him to Connor Coventry here and looked at halfback, because it would be between the two, because both would start halfback. You can see here that Josh has got that little bit better in first touch, got that better marking, got that better passing, a little bit better in a couple of the mental areas, especially in teamwork and work rate, which I think is huge in the halfback because of how much they drop in and play with the two centre-backs to form a back three. So with that being said, I think Josh is your guy in that role, and Connor can still play in the ball-winning midfielder role. And that leaves us with Noah Hay. Now, Noah Hay, fantastic player. Just pulled his knee ligaments or else he would be on the bench. Can play on the right, can play on the left. Basically, is Elise just that little bit better. And Elise still here, of course, which means that our tactics do look like so. Which means our best 11 for now is going to be Arthur, Ashby, Edmondson, and Bucke and Lyons Foster. They're never changing. I think that back four is very good, and Arthur in goals is at his level. He's a very good goalkeeper at this level, and I think he could even be a very good goalkeeper at the Premier League level from what we've seen. Laurent comes into that midfield, even though it's 2.5 star there because of the role. He plays this role so well from what I've seen. Coventry there, Lo Celso is our best player. Dewberry obviously had a fantastic end of the year last year. Outzay's not really ready to jump in, I don't think yet, so Dewberry for the foreseeable future. Mullins up front. I did mention the two spots I really wanted was a Mazzala and a target man, or a target forward. We have not found a striker. Everyone that I'm looking to sign is just out the price range. Like, if I was to look at Yakubu, right, and go to transfer status, or if it tells you he wants 48 to 59k a week, that wipes us out completely, right? Everyone that I've looked at that sort of level is whatever. Nestri Rukunda, who is obviously gone to Bayern Munich officially now. I did a short about him. I was actually tempted to loan him on from Juventus, because he's gone to Juve in this save. We had an offer accepted, but he chose to go to Paderborn. I would have moved to a pressing forward to play Nestri. But with that being said, if that's my team and I didn't find a striker, I still think this team's going to go up and it allows Omari Benjamin to get that little bit more development. Don't think that's the worst thing in the world either. Also means we can find a way to get Tyler Owen to the bench because you get 9 subs instead of 7 in the championship. Sub spots, I should say. So to have Tyler Owen at 17 years of age on the bench, maybe if we don't sign a striker, we're in a really good spot. As you can tell, though, the team is slightly light, and there is a lot of games at times that are clumped together in the championship. So maybe that could be an issue. But I really think this team's going to be in a not bad spot. Now, Ovi's going to come into the bench because Noah is out injured. We do have Sunderland here today who, look, I didn't say with them. They're fantastic usually. Sunderland are predicted to come 6th and be in and around the playoffs. So, yeah, I really think we're going to have our work cut out here at the stadium a lot. Your first game in the championship, your team is as followed. Arthur, Ashby, Edmondson, Bucke, and Lyons Foster. Lorient on his debut. Connor Coventry, Lacelso on his debut. Dewberry, Benjamin, and Mullen. Penalty takers, I'm pretty sure we've got everything all sorted. Lacelso probably should be on this list as well, just in case Mullen misses one. And on set pieces, I think we've got attacking stuff. Corners are all fine. I'm actually looking for actual set piece things. Free kicks, shooting range. Lacelso is on him. Okay, they've already moved him on him. Good. I was just making sure. Our set-piece coach is actually under a bid from Sunderland right now, and I'm trying to hold him because he's very good. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's see what we can do. Opening day of the championship. Let me know in the comment section where you think we're going to finish. Twitch chat, let me know as I'm looking at it. Let me know who you think where we're going to finish this season. If I was to make a prediction, I actually think we're going to shock a lot of teams. We're going to finish 10th. I don't think we're going to have the quality to go up. I think, in a one-off game against any of these sides in the championship, we win. We can win on our day. And at the race course, I think we're going to be very strong. But I do think we're going to find that this team's kind of at its level. Mullen's not going to go get 30 goals this season. But we'll have enough about ourselves to stay up, is what I think. Well, I'll let you guys know what I really think if we get beat 5-0 here by Sunderland. But let's see what happens. All right. Would I take a point away against Sunderland opening day? For sure. 10 minutes in, off we go. We've had 64% of the ball, but no chances. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for us to still play our football. Knock the ball around, drop in, do all the same things that we did previous 2 seasons, see where it takes us. Beat Spurs, nearly beat Bournemouth. Dewberry, Lyons Foster, can't find the pass, and it's cleared and, played out to Clark. Shouldn't say it was cleared. But Clark goes on a run, and not just on a run. Clark has gone flying down this left-hand side of ours. Efforts deflected. Lincoln scores. Sunderland's first chance is a goal, and we're 1-0 down at the stadium a lot. Does happen. And it looked like it was our highlight, and then Clark has just run the length of the field. And Lyons Foster ain't slow. So Clark has got... Okay, Clark's quick. Clark's really good for this level. Holy hell. Rightio. Yeah, he's worth 40 million. Well, he's worth more than my entire club. Fair enough. No complaints. Initial response from us, though, 66% possession, 3 shots too. I don't think we're doing too bad. Lacelso on a corner, whips one in there. Edmondson heads just over. For us to stay up this season, I really think we need to make the most of Lacelso's set-piece ability and head a lot of those chances in. Hume, Lincoln who scored the goal. Neil who's worth 40 million. Wasn't far away. Would have been a tough one to take that we've had, good amount of possession, having good amount of chances, and first 2 shots they had went in. But yeah, time ticks away. Approaching half-time. I don't think we've played overly bad or overly horrid. Going to tell them to get their act together because I think that's the best way. And there we are. Lacelso whips. Cleared. Mbake. Lacelso will keep it in. Actually, first time volley backstick. Lorient! Josh Lorient scores. Lacelso on his debut with an assist. And Lorient on his debut scores at the back stick. We lead 1-0. What a ball in from Lacelso on the half volley with his right peg, which isn't his preferred foot. Unreal. Bangs it back stick. Lorient gets a run. He's 6'2". He heads it across Gullen. We have our first goal in the championship. And it's been born out of the 2 new signings. You gotta love to see it. 54 minutes played. It is 1-1. Time is ticking away here. I don't mind this, to be fair. I don't mind when time ticks away. Lyons Foster, who apparently was at fault for their goal, which I highly doubt he was. Not much he could do. Oh, that's a goal. Ashby, tackle that falls back to Bar, and Bar scores. I've used Bar in a previous save a couple years ago. He had potential. I don't know if he still does on FM, but we're 2-1 down. A little bit unfortunate. Lorient's ball was picked off after he scored. I don't really know what Edmondson was doing, but yeah, he just kind of stepped into no man's land. Ashby nearly came across and saved our bacon, but it wasn't the time, unfortunately. Elise is going to come on here for Lions Foster. I think that's fine. I think Ollie Palmer's going to come in for a little bit more experience at the back stick. This is not the game for Tyler Owen, I do not think. And Dewberry's not had the best of games, so Stephen Outsey is going to come in for his debut as well. We've played well. I don't think we've played overly bad. Ashby now, down this line. This is where I want to see Ashby go. Take men on. Bar tracking all the way from striker's done well. There you go. Triantis. Hume. Just think Sunderland are just that little bit too good for us. At the racecourse, I'd like to see what we can do. Elise sweeps up well. Mbake. What I like is the big core of this side is still the same side from last year. That's a good ball to Paul Mullen. Mullen now. Ollie Palmer's back stick. Ollie Palmer's back stick. We didn't know if we were going to re-sign him last year. We did at the end because I thought he was a good player to keep around. He's still the vice-captain of the club. Mullen and Palmer link up. How many times have you seen that in League 2? We saw it a little bit in League 1. And, well, on the opening day in the Championship, it's a Mullen and Palmer special. Slight deflection on the cross. Palmer bundles it home. We'll take it. It's 2-2. What a good game to witness. First game of the season. Nice to see that we're doing okay. 77 minutes played. Connor Coventry is going to come off here for O'Connor. Elliot Lee's actually going to come in as well for Lascelles, so I'm actually going to move these two around. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it like that. Outside needs to learn how to play in the 10, and Elliot Lee scored goals from the Mazzala. Lascelles has had a good opening day, just tired, and that's the thing. He's not the most naturally fit guy in the world, is he? But, yeah, here we are. 2-2, time approaching. This would be a cruel one to lose, boys. We've played exceptionally well. It's a good ball back stick, but Mbake should win, but only as far as Hume. Now, Hume can do all sorts of things. He shoots and it's over the bar. Going to just tell us to waste that little bit of time and play for a set piece. Not going to tell us to change the system per se, but, you know, we're happy with a point here sort of thing. Look, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. Opening day, stadium alight, 2-2. If you go back to last season, well, first season of the save in League 2, we lost on the open hit after leading 1-0 and getting, you know, dominating, and we lost. And last year we lost, or did we draw? Well, I lost or drew away to Northampton, who were meant to be bottom, away from home. I reckon we lost 1-0 and we dominated. Like, absolutely dominated. So, to now go into the Championship, look decent, have good possession away from home at the Stadium Light, which is one of the harder places to come to in the Championship with the Sunderland fans, to get 62% possession, have 90% pass completion, to have two guys that are on their debut get an assist and a goal, and to have Ollie Palmer score, and the back three of the back four to actually get over a 7, I think bodes really well for this year. I really think that prediction of 10th is going to be in and around where we sit. But I do see a world where, you know, it's 14th, 15th, we do struggle a little bit. I see more of a chance, though, boys, where come towards the back end of the season, if this table was tight and tense, we could maybe even look at 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Maybe. And that's only because I know what we can do. And it's a good spot to be in. I'm not going to say that's my prediction for this year. And to be fair, I'm not gunning for promotion. I was really wanting to keep most of the core of this team around. Most of these guys are. I wanted to add in a little bit of quality to keep us up. Probably added in more than just quality to keep us up. So with that being said, boys, I think we're in a really good position. I'll be interested to see where we sit come a few game weeks' time. Next episode, more than likely, is going to be a short, just recapping the first little bit of the Championship. And as always, if things become tight, tense, we go on a cup run or something, you get the live comp throughout the season as well. Till next time, give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and goodbye.